Welcome to the first of my series where I compare one character to its Legends and Canon counterpart. I will be telling you the whole entire life of General Grievous in the Canon timeline and in the Legends timeline. And I will then discuss later in the video which one was better. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the Legends one, since that is the longest and the most story we have on him. So let's get right into it. General Grievous was born on the planet of Kaleesh, among the Kaleesh species. He was born with a name that wasn't Grievous, but I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because, let's just say it's a special name. It begins with a Q, it's like Quilmin? I don't even know, I'm not even going to try to do it, even though I just did, but I'll be referring him to Grievous the entire time, because I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't think anyone does. Probably not even George Lucas, but getting off topic, I do that a lot. Let's get back to it. Grievous was among the Kaleesh species. During his teen life, a war broke out between a species on the planet of Kaleesh called the Hulk. The Kaleesh and Hulk fought this war for a very long time. Grievous, during the war, fell in love with another female Kaleesh, but the Hulk killed her. That is when Grievous made basically his entire life to destroy all the Hulk, and then he renamed himself Grievous. General Grievous was so good at military and tactician and just this entire war, he drove the Hulk from their planet. After that, he tried to pursue the Hulk and try to get rid of them and basically genocide them. Almost close to genocide, the Hulk retreated to the Republic and asked for assistance, which then the Republic sent Jedi to deal with the Kaleesh. The Jedi exiled the Kaleesh from their own home world and brought the Hulk back to Kaleesh. After this, Grievous was infuriated and now had another organization to hate. Driven from his own world, Grievous fled into the core worlds and became an enforcer of the intergalactic banking clan. After hearing rumors of the Kaleesh returning to Kaleesh, General Grievous head back home in his own personal ship. But Count Dooku hit a bomb on the ship for future plans that he had for the General Grievous. After leaving the intergalactic banking clan and returning back to Kaleesh, his ship exploded by Count Dooku's bomb. His body was dismantled and he was barely alive. Count Dooku then sent a task force to retrieve his body, and then was constructed into the cyborg we all know and love. After his recreation as a cyborg, General Grievous took a long time to get used to his cybernetic parts. It enhanced him and made him even taller than his original species. Count Dooku would then later train this in the arts of a lightsaber, where he would master the lightsaber actually very quickly due to his strength and smartness with war. After the beginning of the Clone Wars, Grievous would become one of the leading members of the Confederacy, where he would become a general in the war and basically become a nightmare to all the Jedi because of how many Jedi he's killed and his skills with a lightsaber. Notable battles of General Grievous during the Clone Wars is the Battle of Hypori, where Grievous single-handedly killed about 6 or 7 Jedi by himself. The Battle of Exava, which actually he fought Boba Fett in, and the Battle of Coruscant, where he stole Chancellor Palpatine. During the Battle of Coruscant, General Grievous led the ground battle and the space battle. But before the space battle, we all know from episode 3, he launched a ground attack on the planet, where he went to the capital of Coruscant in the Senate building, kidnapped the Chancellor. Before he did that, Jedi were sent to protect the Chancellor. About 5 or 6 Jedi were there to protect him, along with Shaak Ti. General Grievous killed all of them except for Shaak Ti. She escaped without getting the Chancellor. Boarding his frigate to go back to the Invisible Hand, Mace Windu saw Grievous jump down and use the ability Force Crunch, and well, crunched his lungs. That's why he has the cough that we all know from Revenge of the Sith. I'm just gonna skim by all the stuff from Revenge of the Sith because we all know that, really. So, we all know Grievous is on the Invisible Hand. He then leads the space battle, of course, not from the Invisible Hand, and you all know the story. Anakin kills Dooku, they get Chancellor Palpatine, Grievous.
Activate ray shields!
And takes them back and brings them to the bridge, where then they escape. Grievous
Time to abandon ship.
He leaves and gets into another Confederacy cruiser, where he then retreats Coruscant and goes to the Outer Rim on the planet of Utapau. After the Separatists reunite on the planet of Utapau, he contacts Darth Sidious and asks for what to do now, basically. After Dooku's death, Grievous was lost without a commander. It basically took Count Dooku's place for that short period of time that he was remaining alive. Darth Sidious told Grievous to make the remaining Separatist leaders to go to the Confederacy planet of Mustafar, which he does. Shortly after this time, the Republic invades Utapau, and General Grievous and Obi-Wan Kenobi engage in their last duel, which ends with General Grievous dying. But that is not the end of Grievous in Legends. Shortly after the creation of the Empire, the Emperor tasked certain clones to go into Utapau and retrieve the Grievous's body. Grievous's body was then sent back to Coruscant and put into a temple where Darth Sidious collected many Sith artifacts. Sometime during the Galactic Empire, a cybernetic scientist would sneak into that temple and grab Grievous's body, flee to the planet of Kashyyyk, where he would reconstruct Grievous as NK Nicholas. NK wielded a double-bladed red lightsaber, and was very short-lived after he was killed by space pirates. But yet, that is not the end. We are unaware how this happens, but Grand Admiral Thrawn gets into possession of General Grievous's head, places it in his headquarters on the Chimera. Thrawn notes Grievous as being a brilliant mastermind and a brilliant tactician during the Clone Wars, which is why he keeps his helmet in respect for the late general. Decades later, even after the Thrawn trilogy, Kaleesh would later return to Kaleesh and build temples in honor of Grievous. They would build temples in his name and worship him as a god. So yeah, that is the entire legend story of General Grievous. So now let's get into canon. So, General Grievous' story in canon isn't really fully fleshed out yet. There's most likely going to be more material on General Grievous as time goes by, so there's going to be a lot of it's rumored or it's suggested, so little heads up. General Grievous was again a Kaleesh on the planet of Kaleesh. It is hinted at in some of the Clone Wars episodes that General Grievous wanted to become a Jedi Knight, but the Jedi Council declined him, infuriated him, so he signed up for Dooku's plan of enhancements which would then create him into the cyborg we all know. Dooku would train General Grievous in the way of lightsaber combat. Count Dooku would train General Grievous in lightsaber combat, where he would excel in every single way. After the beginning of the Clone Wars, General Grievous was thrown into battle and became one of the main generals of the Clone Wars, not only for his military strategic mind, but also for his strength. General Grievous was noted for killing multiple Jedi during the Clone Wars, which basically became a nightmare for all Jedi. Notable battles during the Clone Wars is the Battle of Naboo, the second Battle of Naboo, the Battle of Kamino, and the genocide of the Night Sisters. In canon, General Grievous is actually kind of a coward. Instead of facing, let's say, 8 Jedi at once, like he does in Legends, he will try to find a way to escape and kill while he can. Times we see this is during the Battle of Kamino in the Clone Wars TV show, and during Episode 3 when he...
Time to abandon ship.
He's also more weak compared to his Legends counterpart. He was defeated by Gungans. Let me try to get that through your head again. He was defeated by that Gungan officer, the second Gungan that we kind of followed during the Phantom Menace. He defeated General Grievous. Just think about that for a second. The only really notable things General Grievous really did was the eradication of the Night Sisters, where Count Dooku sent General Grievous to the Night Sister planet of Dathomir to kill basically all of them, and then kill Mother Talzin, the leader of the Night Sisters, and the Darth Maul comic, Son of Dathomir. The Battle of Coruscant so happens, we don't know how he gets to the Chancellor so far. All that's canon is that he asked the Chancellor on the Visible Hand during the Battle of Coruscant, and all the Episode 3 stuff is the same. Goes to Utapau, Battle of Coruscant, flees, that tells him to go to Mustafar, dies by Obi-Wan's hand. All of that is the same. Now the time to debate which one's better. Personally, the Legends Grievous is more of a badass, but I feel like Disney's probably going to release more Grievous content in the future, where we will see him be more of the Grievous we know in Legends. But at the moment, Legends Grievous is much better than the canon one we all know. He's more powerful, he's killed way more Jedi, and he's more of a warrior compared to the coward we have in Legends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the first of its series, so I hope it does as well. I want to know what you guys think. Which one's better from what I told you? Which one do you like more? And what character would you like to see next? This will be once in a while, probably like once a month kind of video, because looking at the time frame, this is going to be a very long video to edit. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video. I think I know who I'm going to do next. Depends what happens in the Rebels season finale, but let's just say it will be artistically done. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, blast a like, drop a like, especially on this one, because this one's going to be a much longer video than all my other ones. If you're new, subscribe for all things Star Wars. Star Wars lore, Star Wars theory, Star Wars breakdown, edits, everything. This is the First Order, signing out.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there.